Hey guys, so today I thought I'd try to model your project. So you're going to be trying to live large, right? And we're going to see if we have the large characteristics of a civilization in our everyday lives. Are we civilized right now? So I'm going to just kind of record the next 30 minutes of my life and see if I do anything large. Let's see if there's anything kind of cool going on. Hello everyone. So it's at this moment in reflection that I should have realized that planning my video was going to be important instead of just blindly rambling about crap that happens through my day. Because if I had a plan, I would have gone to those things strategically and checked off language and achievements, rules, geography, and economics instead of what actually happened, which was a whole bunch of language, a couple other things smackled through my day, and it was imperfect. All right, so make sure that you're planning before you commence on your journey. You'll see why. So already, I'm noticing some powerful language as I'm driving here. So I look over here and I see Biden-Harris, text United to blah, blah, blah. And then I look over here and the neighbor across the street has some Trump-Pence. And, down here we've got some more Trump-Pence signs. Preserve freedom, vote for Trump. So I'm learning a message, right? It's not just written language. I know who you're rooting for, but I also get a sense of your ideas. I also get a sense that it might be tough living on this street in the neighborhood because we've got one guy saying this and another one saying that. So it's not just the message that's written on there. There's also my awareness that I kind of know what goes behind those messages. So some language in my day. Now, why is that important? Well, it communicates the sense of ideas that people want. It maybe communicates our fears and preferences. I don't know. Let's see if there's other examples in our day. Let's go. Truthfully, this is a really long drive to work right now, and I'm super bored, so I'm going to turn on the radio and check out what's going on here. That ain't it.
Is there such thing as liability in a vaccination when you agree to be part of a trial?
Let's listen to people talk about a vaccination like we don't hear enough about it. But
let's say yes is the answer, and I'm saying that with
that sounds like language. They're saying things about a vaccination and when it's going to come out, and I get what they're saying. And now I have a better idea that I need to be worried for months, but that ultimately there might be hope that a vaccination's coming out, I don't know, maybe at the end of the year or early spring. So there we go. More language everywhere. I'm surrounded by language, and I just got a text. So that's more language. So two things. One, I want you to know I am not actually going to take that text and drive. That would be stupid. Two, speaking of stupid, I probably should have paused and explained at this moment why language is so important. So the idea of having radio and mass communication, no different than social media. It's amazing that one person's ideas can influence literally hundreds of thousands, if not millions of people just by posting it online, transmitting that video on YouTube, giving a radio address, right? So all of those are examples of how language isn't just something I use on a daily basis. It's how important it is to a civilization, right? I use it for enjoyment. I listen to the radio, but it's also a great way to communicate one idea to everyone in that population. Parking sign. Okay, so if we look right here, we are. This is the cop shop. This is like the city center in New Berlin, and so this is where the police and the civil court for the city is. And look, speed limit 25. So that's language, but that's also a rule. It lets me know that, especially right here in the shadow of the police station, probably not a good idea to try cracking this at 40. And then I look over here, look, we've got no parking, restricted, no smoking. There's a lot of rules. No smoking or to stop your engines. That sign over there says park closes at sunset. I don't know if you can see it. We got a stop sign. Those are rules. Emergency vehicle on, maybe not necessarily. It doesn't say only. There's a lot of rules around here. Oh, parking only for police and fire. Rules. No parking. There's rules everywhere. And I'm going to follow them because I do not want to get in trouble because, the cops are literally right there. All right, so here I am at Hale. That's my room just there. I guess you could call this an accomplishment, right? I mean, public education, the fact that everyone gets an education for free in our country, that's pretty awesome. The ancients didn't have kind of stuff like that, so that's one of the great equalizers in our world. There it is. This also happens to be economics, because without this place, I don't get to buy the things that I want, like this really cool Liverpool mask or the lunch that I hope to get on my way home. And so that's kind of too. I'm also going to see if I can check out and see if maybe there are some rules on display in this great temple of education. All right, stay tuned. Okay, so you can see I'm at Hale, and I was right. I found rules. So I'm in room 100, and we got to check with the supervisor and be quiet and no technology. I just broke that rule. Stay seated, follow the code. So lots of rules, right? So again, I'm living the characteristics of a civilization right here. Look at all of this information out here. So this is highly advanced. We've got language, we've got rules. It's an accomplishment because people get a free education around here. Absolutely tremendous. I was going to try to find a Husky matrix, but that's the one thing I'm not finding at the moment. But there you go. I also want to just say economics, right? This is paying me right now. Okay, so language. Oh, let me take my mask off. Yikes. So language, right? The reason I actually came to school was to pick up a book for a book study that we're doing. And I selected Me and White Supremacy, Combating Racism, Change the World, Become a Good Ancestor, right? So you want to talk about language. In here, we've got all these ideas, right, from well-educated people trying to help us solve a problem like racism in our society, right? And so I can in essence copy the ideas of all these other smart people and get a bunch of free information, right? So, right, her ideas are now in some ways my ideas. And so the importance of language is not just helping me with my job to do what I'm supposed to, but ultimately I'm going to become more globally aware and more intelligent based on the ideas of other people. Language. All right, so there's 2 scenes left. I was inspired by Mr. Lohberger's hamburger video, and I was also starving, and I promised that I was going to stop for lunch. So in the next scene, I'm going to pop into Qdoba, and you're going to witness something very similar to the hamburger version of specialized labor, but I couldn't resist the opportunity to eat and make a video at the same time. And then lastly, you'll notice I try to include a summary that makes a larger point behind the importance of language, and that really was my major focus. I didn't try to do all of the stages of large. I really focused on language, and then I had a couple whoa moments where I was surprised that I had other aspects going on as well. Enjoy. All right, let's go white rice.
All right.
Half a spoon of pinto.
Half a spoon?
Yep.
About
And chicken, please. Yeah, that's great.
and chicken?
Yeah.
The Cholula chicken.
Oh my God, I'll try the new one. Yeah.
After the new one?
Yeah, let's get wild.
Any queso or fajitas?
No, thank you.
Any sauces?
Verde, and I'll like a ton of it.
Ooh, 10. A little more?
Oh, that's good.
All right. Sour cream?
Little sour cream, no cheese. And then cilantro and onion, please.
Cilantro. That is a lot of cilantro.
No, that's fine. I love it. That's fine. Just chuck it on. That's great.
No problem.
All right. Perfect.
Any meat?
That took all of, what, 45 seconds? That's brilliant. All right, thank you. So that's specialized labor, guys, right there. I ordered a whole lunch that would take me 40 minutes to make it home. I got it in 1 minute time. That's fantastic. And I'm gonna spend, what, $10, which is like a tenth of what I made today, but it's worth it because I can tell this is gonna be delicious. Cool. Okay, so guys, my final video, I'm not gonna keep you suffering all day, but here's my receipt from Qdoba, right? And it tells me how much I spent, who made it, what I ordered. They even give you some cool propaganda. But this is kind of neat, and this just hit me. I didn't think of this at the start, but cuneiform, right? We talked about the first language in history was cuneiform, and it started as a way to record business transactions. And isn't it funny that that's exactly what we're still using language for today? Here's my receipt, right? So 2,000 years from now, if somebody were to find this artifact, they could tell what people like to eat, how much we were willing to pay. the places that we go to get these things that actually know quite a bit about us. So language is really important, right, when you think about it, because it's like an extension of our history, right? It's the way that we collectively dump all of our ideas, our stories into one location so that anywhere in the world, at any time, in the future even, people know what we were thinking and doing. It's the greatest way to communicate what's in here. All right, thanks, guys.